Mawlana Sharif Thani rahmatullah, he mentioned another story. He's like in his bayans and he mentioned stories, and from the stories, like sometimes jokes, sometimes it's like normal stories, and then from there he takes out lessons from there. So he mentions one story. He said that it was one king. So the king called the Hajjam. Hajjam is the barber or butcher, depending on what kind of barber he is. So he called the barber. So the barber couldn't make it on time because he was out. He was not phone that time. So he sent a messenger he wasn't there or whatever. So he missed out. So he thought, I missed out on a great khidmah for the king. If the khidmah of the king, what happens? You get reward, you get position, you get your name, even advertisement. People know that he cut the king's hair, so he's a great. So then he asked the people, the king's men, when he found out that the king had called me for a haircut, he went back, but the king had gone to sleep. So he asked the king's men that, please, whilst the king is sleeping, let me cut his hair. He said, khat banana, I don't know, a special type of haircut or whatever. Yeah? So the king was sleeping, so then he done the king's haircut. So when the king woke up, he saw that he cut his hair in his sleep. He didn't even disturb the king. So then the king said that, he gave him a title. The ustad, he's like he gave him a title, or gave him a title. So when you got this title from in the court of the king, you got great respect and great honor. So then people went to him to start to congratulate him, and then people went to his wife as well to congratulate his wife that mashallah, that your husband has got a great title from the king. Obviously women are women, a wife is a wife, innit? She put him down, put him in his place. But she gave a very good response. She said that if the king labels a barber as a ustaz, as a really good barber, that make a difference. If the barbers said that he's a good barber, then this counts. You understand? So from this, what he's trying to say is that ahli fun, people of the science, if they're able to tell you that no, this person mashallah is good in his fun, then this counts. And that's what we have, big fitna of social media. So really, if you look at it, qualifications don't matter. So I was something popped up on my stream. I don't want to say a name. So there's one person that became very famous because of they were young, they were a little child, and their father pushed them onto reading Quran, and that became very cute, and then they done this, and then haze, and then do that. And now this person's out events, giving a lecture and speaking, and what qualifications they have? Do you understand? So even on social media, it's like, okay, somebody, you just get followers. So people say al-awamu kal-an'am, not in a bad way. I remember you have a tashbih that the awam are like herd, laymen are like herd. And not only laymen in terms of ilm and non-ilm, even like in football. Like what happens to little kids? If one person scores a goal, everybody, other kids follow that person. They don't know, has he got technique? He's not got technique. You score one foot, it could be one foot bicycle kick or one foot free kick. And all the kids on the playground want to be like him, innit? They don't know, he's got no technique, he doesn't read the game, they don't know. And the real players, the defensive midfielder or the defender who, nobody knows what he's really like, innit? Because they don't appreciate them. Do you understand? So the ahlul fun, when they say no, Fulan is the best midfielder, or Fulan is the best, then they know it. So even on so like, he's got lots of followers, it's like, okay, he becomes the authority and people start following left, right and center like crazy. And they don't really understand his qualifications, and qualifications in terms of ilm, and even qualification in terms of even like basic fundamentals of taqwa. And it becomes a fitna because that person, you have money is a fitna, wealth is a fitna, fame is a fitna. And within this, can people really control themselves? That's why like the ulama of the past, they would make sure that they kept themselves associated to the elders. So somebody who's older, more senior than them, so they could make sure that they don't make any mistakes. They would show, like even of mufti, like you would have to write so many fatwa, and you have to go through a teacher for training. Why do you write this word? Why do you write this word? Why do you write this word? There was one sheikh, he done a PhD on some kind of Hanafi book. He's not Hanafi, but he done a PhD, or he done some kind of tahqiq on a Hanafi book. So now in this book, it's a long masla, but in this book he says here, al-lafzu la yahtamiluhu. So he said something, it's a sunnah, but it's not really sunnah. So the author of the book said it's sunnah. And then he's alive there, hafidhullah. So this sheikh then wrote, al-hadith al-lafzu la yahtamiluhu. So then the person is ustaz, they were in munaqasha of this. He said to him that, you said la yahtamiluhu, we know it's not sunnah. We said la yahtamiluhu. The word itself has its ihtimal. So your word of لا يحتمله is not sahih. You can say, ay, لا يثبت, there's other qara'in that doesn't make it sunnah. But you say لا يحتمله, your word is incorrect. So you have small things like this. The Mufti Taqi, Mufti Rafi, they always mention this story, that their teacher, the Shaykh Dr. Abdullah Arifi rahmatullahi alayhi, he used to tell, remember Mufti Taqi, like, when you see his picture when he was younger, you can tell the guy is sharp. When he was young, his father used to like make him write fatwa and all that kind of stuff. But even before that masla, he used to say, Mufti Taqi used to say in his books, his stories, that my father would say when a phone would come, they have phone calls, people would phone for masla. My father would say, you're not even allowed, he's a Mufti, he graduated from the Darul Uloom. Yes? But you can't even transmit the question to me. I don't trust, you're not experienced enough to listen to that question and transmit it to me. I want to hear the question myself. You understand? And even when you graduated, sometimes, it goes one time, somebody phoned, and I gave the answer, because my father was, it's a very simple question, like a wudu or something. My father was happy with this. No, he didn't know his stuff. Mufti Taqi, he says he was young, he was very sharp. He used to get the highest grades and everything. But it's like, there's a procedure. If you jump the gun, then what can happen? You can make mistakes. So on social media, like everybody, even me, I picked up a camera and you start doing it. Who's going to stop you? You start saying things left, right, and center, and then after a while, if money is involved, advertising, fame is involved, then you have to keep producing information. At first, we don't have advertising. Alhamdulillah, now we don't have advertising on any of our videos. But if you get enough advertising, if you don't make a video, what's going to happen? My income is gone. So you got to find something, and nobody watches these kind of videos where it tells you about a good character, or be honest, or be truthful. Everybody wants something spicy, something hot, do a refutation, talk about something that's good, something that's going to be, that's not mainstream. If you say perform, the main thing is perform Fajr Salah. That's boring. Everybody knows that. That's not going to get any hits. You can do a brilliant bayan and perform Fajr Salah. Nobody wants to watch that. So you have to do something. So it can also lead you to a lot of fitan. Then after that, one sheikh was telling us, he came to our house, he was telling us that you have all these massive programs. I'm not criticizing anybody, we don't know the reality of people. He was telling us that you get invited to these massive conferences. So they bring everyone first class plane, 5-star hotels. And then, now you're sitting there, now you're in a 5-star hotel, you got food, everything. You come on the table, what should you talk about? What are you going to talk about? Now, the people who have invited you, you can see that they automatically there now have the upper hand. So that is wrong, but you kind of feel you're not in a strong position to say what you want to say. When you're having a discussion, what would you talk about in the discussions? You're not, because they've called you over. If you don't, and if you have this greed, if I don't come again, even greed for fame. For example, if I don't agree with what they're saying, if I don't speak according to what they want me to speak, then I won't get called again. I miss out on the first class flights, on the wage, the good payout. So all of these can be a problem. So that's why it's always very, very important to take nasiha, take mashura from elders, seniors, whoever they may be there, your teachers, your ulama, your parents, whatever, and be very, very careful. And as I said, so nowadays the big fitna is we judge people by number of followers and likes. Yeah. Again, I give an example. The kids last time was all about, maybe it's gone past me. There's one great sheikh. I've got a few followers, but this great faqih, he's a faqih. That time when I checked, he had less subscribers than me. Like this shows you how distorted things are. And even worse than that, there's one great pious person. So if I do this in the sale, I'll probably get like, I don't know, normally they get 100 views. Now this person is really pious sheikh and very good. You got videos that are like a year old, we've got like 30 views. And it's really, really good. And there's some ulama who passed away, and some of the recordings that come up, really beneficial. Not even 100. Now, though people, what do they think? What do they make mi'yar? Social media likes, social media views is a mi'yar. That's not a mi'yar. And that's where we get confused. And they start taking the deen from YouTube or Instagram. These can supplement what you do, or if you have no other alternative. But don't look at the number of likes, and the number of views, a number of things. When the ahlul ilm, when ahlul taqwa say no, when people who are muttaqi, you know, they'll have a life of taqwa, they have a life of a'mal, and then they look up this person, he's a pious person. Then you can say, yeah, this person is something to look up to. When ahlul ilm look up, no, this person is an alim. Then you understand? Just reading a book, so many people, they just, you can read when you just pick up books and start reading, you get 80% of things right, 90% of the things right. But if you're not trained under ulama, not trained from madrasa scholars, you can make mistakes and make big mistakes. And many ulama, they're very, very good. Meaning many people like this, not ulama, many people who are well learned, They said, I'm self-learned. They themselves say this. And they get 90% of the things right, and very, very good things. And sometimes even more learned in particular topics. But because of what they're not trained, you get big mix-ups, big slip-ups, and cause big fitan. I'm not mentioning any name, but you see, you have it in the subcontinent, you have it in different countries, different places, and it's very important. And a lot of these have caused a lot of fitna and trial and tribulation. So he's saying here from the barber, even if the king calls you a great barber, you're not a great barber until the barber's called you a great barber. So until somebody is not, you don't see it doesn't mean you don't benefit from it, but it's like, don't be deceived by, like in this time, the king's giving you laqab. So similarly, don't be deceived by number of followers you have, or somebody may have, or number of likes they may have. Those are, na'udhu billahi min dhalik, the most popular websites in the world, you know what they are. Doesn't mean that they're maqbool, doesn't mean that they're good. Numbers don't make anything. Numbers are what? This deception, that's dunya. The main thing is qabul in Allah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to act upon this. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.